Parents strongly caution the following programs are intended for mature audiences over the age of 18. These programs may contain some material that many parents would not find suitable for children and may include intense violence, sexual situations, coarse language, and suggestive dialogue.
Oh God! Look at me! I'm being a jackass. Leaving a spot.
On a cruise, go there.
Yeah, we all on a cruise. Go to Southern Oasis Travel. Fuck. Goddamn logo. Hey, I do it all the time. I do it all the time. Anyways, you guys asked for them. Here they are. Now I'm gonna ask because I'd never heard of your band before. We got a bunch of emails. How do you pronounce your band name?
I was wondering if you could ask us that. Vajra. Vajra.
Oh, I was right. I would actually been right. That's
we get all kinds of things like Vajra, Vajra, Vajra,
Viagra.
Come on. Whatever comes out.
It's
Vajra. It's Tibetan Buddhist and it's Hindi for the thunderbolt or the diamond, that which breaks through everything.
I did look that up. And I started looking more of it, and I was like, "Oh, this is fucking cool. That's where they got their name from." And I got into it because we're actually Norse pagan, so I'm into that whole thing and everything. So I was like, "Shit, this is fucking cool." And I started looking it up. And I was like, looking for the pronunciation. And I was like, seeing different ways to pronounce. I'm like, God damn it! I'm like, I think it's this way, but I'm gonna ask them so I don't look like a complete fucking idiot.
We've gone through interviews where people completely mispronounce it the entire interview, and we're just like, all right, dude, whatever,
Yeah, no, I wasn't gonna do that. I'm just like, I'm gonna be honest and be like, I have no idea how to pronounce this. So
I appreciate that.
No problem. So the way we roll this before, you got questions 1 through 84. You could either pick a number or you could roll the dice, whatever you get, answer, but both of you have to answer.
Okay. All right.
88.
Oh, there goes the
4.
Oh,
there is no 88.
Whoa. See that? See what I just did? Why did that come in my head?
Roll with 84.
8.
Okay, that's good.
8 we go. If you had a superpower on stage, what would that superpower be?
I have superpowers on stage.
Oh, snap. That was a good answer.
I like it.
Conjuring, shape-shifting.
Sweet.
Let's see. What would it be? What would I do? Glamoring.
Glamour everybody.
Yeah. I feel like I do that already at times. Flying. I'd love to fly.
That's a pretty normal answer.
Really?
I think it would go far.
Yeah. Yep.
I mean, I would love to do that. I do that in my dreams sometimes, and it like feels really good downstairs and stuff. Fly down since I was a kid.
Free feeling.
I think one of the most intense answers, or like actually kind of smart answers we got, was the ability to not sweat.
Yeah.
Interesting. Yeah, I sweat like all over, makeup, everything, hairs, all. I mean, I just like I'm a mess, complete mess, and it's weird as a female. You're supposed to be glamorous all the time and supposed to glisten, but I definitely don't glisten at the end of the shows.
I know. You get off. Especially if you're playing some fucking hot place with like 100% humidity and there's stage lights and it's like 130 degrees on the stage at all times.
We've done it.
We've done it. We played the Loudwire Music Festival in 110-degree weather or something stupid. We were just like
at 1:00 in the afternoon.
Oh my god!
With the sun right there.
Beating down. I was like, I'm gonna pass out, but I was like, I gotta take this easy. It was rough. That was probably the roughest time we had because I really thought I was gonna go down, but I didn't.
Be careful.
I mean, I've been there. I get it. Like I've been in bands that we wore like masks and whole like stage suits, kind of like the whole Slipknot thing, and it is gut wrenchingly horribly hot. And even without like masks and the whole thing, if you have like whole stage gear and everything like that, it's still hotter than hell.
Yeah. I once went into the Guar warehouse in Virginia. I got invited into the Guar warehouse, and that stuff in there, it's like they're wearing 100 pounds of stuff.
Yeah,
it's insane.
And I'm sure most of it's like a styrofoam latex.
It's all like rubber. Yeah, it's rubber, styrofoam. It's heavy. It's pretty crazy. I don't know how. I mean,
I couldn't imagine do like an hour and a half set wearing that much stuff.
No, I can't either. The less weight, less clothes, less everything, the better for me.
So my superpower would be I would like to be able to float above the ground, not fly, just float. So as I play, I feel like I'm kind of going up and.
Okay, so you're gonna go with like
before we perform.
You're gonna rock it like the Queen of the Damned shit.
Mm-hmm.
That would be amazing. I'm flying, you're floating.
I think it's a great match.
All right, cool. Anytime we've actually heard the floating thing before, and every time I hear it, I think of that scene when they do that concert in the desert from Queen of the Damned, and I think about that shit every single time.
That's cool.
All right. So, what you want to do? You want to roll or you want to pick?
I'll pick. Let's say 23.
Oh,
I don't know why.
Oh, that's a good number.
Go for an ideal filming spot for a video.
If you go anywhere, no restrictions.
No, I got one. I think I got one.
You first.
I mean, the Taj Mahal.
Okay, we've never got that answer before.
I like that one. It's a good one.
Amazing. The first time I went to the Taj Mahal, like tears just started coming through my eyes as I went through. I was like, what is going on? What is happening?
I've never met anybody that's ever went. And I've always wondered, like I've seen pictures obviously, but like what's it like actually being there? It's
just, I don't know. There's an energy there. He built it for his wife, the king built it for his wife and she died, it was like, it's just, it's such a, I mean, there are precious stones in the exterior, the buildings. There's all kinds of beautiful designs and it's amazing. It is breathtaking. It's breathtaking. I don't know how to describe it except the Grand Canyon, right? Like the same feeling where you're just like,
I don't know. When I go to the Grand Canyon, I'm fucking terrified.
You'd be all right.
I'm petrified.
What are you scared of?
I am terrified of heights. terrified.
Same here.
I told him I would
Same.
save him. He'd be all right.
Like it's the one thing that I am the most scared of is heights. And I mean, when I used to tour and we had to drive through like the Grand Canyon going to like Vegas and stuff like that, I would literally have to either smoke, take an edible, or go hide beer between my legs and down beer the entire time just for me to like stomach doing it, because I would be in complete fucking freak out mode.
Okay. Okay.
I agree with you. I don't like it there. I've been there a couple times and it's pretty scary. And I've looked over the edge and been like,
nope. No, I don't even got balls to do that. You got bigger balls because I'm not doing it. Nope.
Well, it's a good area and it's beautiful. I used to work down in that area. I used to get all the people that would jump off and go down there and do something.
Oh.
I was in EMS for a very long time in that area. So I told him I would save him and he would be all right.
That if I survive.
there's a 50-50 chance.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, no, I'm not taking that chance. Not. Absolutely not. No. Mm-mm.
They have caves down there. You can go in the caves.
Right?
That's even a bigger hell no.
That's worse. You ever see that movie with the cave monsters? Forget it. I'm not doing that.
No.
Yeah,
the Hopi were there, right? The Hopi?
I'm not going spelunking.
No.
No way.
Nope.
I would do that too.
Nope. I ain't trusting no rope, no chain, no. I don't give a shit what it is. I am not going on that shit at all. I don't even like flying. I'll fly, but I am on like my anxiety is through the freaking roof the whole entire time. Like she has to threaten me within an inch of my life to get me to come to San Antonio to fly down there to see him, because I hate flying. Hate it.
I'm not a fan of flying either. I'm definitely Earth.
I have a lot of friends that are professional pilots, and it's really, really safe if the pilot knows what they're doing. And usually they do.
Yeah.
So, I wouldn't get into a small plane with some, jackass I don't know. But,
No, Kelly, I'm not jumping out of a perfectly good airplane. It's not fucking happening. It takes an act of Congress just to get me on the plane, much less when I jump out of it, you've lost your fucking mind.
Yeah.
Hell. Y'all can go jump out of a plane. I'll be down on the ground and I'll wait with you with a cooler of beer, and I'll be sitting in my little lawn chair watching y'all fucking land. And if you go splat, I'll shovel you up with a shovel and stick you in a plastic bag, and I'll call EMS.
I don't even go on rides at the amusement park. I hold the coats.
Yeah, I don't either.
I don't either because I'm getting old now. Now I get like whiplash by trying to go on that.
When I was a teenager, I used to work at an amusement park operating roller coasters, and I know what the hell goes on and how good care that they don't take care of it.
Yeah.
Absolutely freaking not. No thank you.
We got Coney Island over here, so
Yeah.
We know that.
No,
we do know that deal.
You were running the roller coaster? You yourself?
Yeah.
How old?
I was like 16.
Yeah.
It's awesome.
Not a lot of checks and balances over there, right?
Yeah, I was 16. That was like, I worked at a place called Frontier City in Oklahoma City. It was owned by Six Flags. Actually, it was Six Flags headquarters. And I worked there, I worked there when I was 15 and 16 before I moved back to the East Coast. And yeah, that's what I did. And most of the roller coasters, you don't realize there's really not a whole lot of buttons. There's a little opening spill button you hit that it does the whole recording, and then you lock the restraints and you hit the go button and it goes through, and you hit the brakes, you pull it around, you hit stop, and that's it. That's done.
Yeah.
I know. Exactly.
No.
Exactly. All right. So you want to roll or do you want to pick?
What did you do? What's your video? What's your place?
I never answered the question. So the place where I would film a video where
anywhere.
To be honest, I want to film a video about 3 or 4 blocks from where we live. There's these crazy little alleyways that are deserted at 1 o'clock in the morning. Right. And it looks like city wasteland, but it's our, it's down the block from us, so we know the streets and everything. And I always are like, oh, that's a great spot for a video. Great spot for a video. We never did it yet.
Yeah,
but,
not yet.
But soon we will make that happen, and we'll go to the Taj Mahal and we'll make that happen.
We can make it happen.
That would be awesome.
Yeah, somehow, some way.
We gotta put it out there.
Might be back in India in Feb, so we'll see. Fingers and toes, but I don't know what it takes to film a video over at the Taj. Like that might be.
I don't know. That might be a little.
Probably take Congress to get permission to do it, because obviously you'd have to have permission.
We won't get permission.
That might be. I mean, everything we've done has been kind of under the radar, so we might have to. But I don't think we'd bring a big ass camera to do something like that. We'd have
iPhone.
to iPhone, madness.
Or a GoPro.
Yeah, or GoPros. Yeah. Gorilla style.
And hope to hell that you don't get caught. Yeah.
Oh my God.
Yeah, because I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, exactly. It's a whole.
Pretty sure that would be a possible arrest in a foreign country.
Yeah. And I read Shantaram, and nobody wants to get arrested after reading.
No, you don't want to get arrested in India. No.
Yeah, I've heard stories.
I saw that movie.
All right, so which one? Or I think she's rolling, or do you want to pick?
Let's try the roll.
Okay.
Roll. Going with 54.
Oh, 9. 9's a good number.
Oh, okay, guys. You guys get to play rock, paper, scissors.
Oh. Okay.
There's 2 of you, so you guys get to play you guys get to play each other and not Jagz this time. But you want to know what? Whoever the winner is can play Jagz.
No, I lose.
Because he just won last time, so now he's the champion.
I actually have no idea how to play.
You're either a
rock, paper, scissors.
Okay. How do you win?
So you go 1, 2, 3, and then you pick whichever one you want.
Oh, okay.
Well,
I got.
Well, paper beats rock, and rock beats scissors, and scissors beats paper. So it's like a fucking loop.
Oh, it's like one of those standoffs in that movie. I forgot the name of the movie.
Yeah. So basically, you're like 1, 2, 3, shoot, or shoot, whichever.
Okay.
You ready?
All right, I got it.
Okay. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3. Yeah.
Oh,
so he wins. I'm rock.
So the scissors beat the rock?
Yeah.
Can't the rock beat
rock beats scissors?
Yeah, the rock can beat the shit out of the scissors.
Oh, I didn't. Yeah. Oh, okay. I won.
Rock beats scissors. Rock beats scissors, definitely. So bonus question for you guys. And I throw random bonus questions, and this is going to probably show y'all's ages the same way with us. If you remember back in the days of Beavis and Butthead and MTV, what was the very first music video you remember being on that show?
Winger.
I was a Sally.
I remember them.
But I don't know if that's right. I don't. Was Alice in Chains?
Yes, there was quite a few Alice in Chains songs.
That's what I remember.
Yeah, it's like for me, I remember 3 in particular that really stood out in my mind. One was This Love by Pantera. Another one was Thunder Kiss 65, White Zombie. And then the other one was that Canadian band, the Crash Test Dummies, which they made fun of for like a 20 solid minutes.
Jesus Christ, I hate that fucking song.
Yeah, I don't know. What's the song?
Song.
Yes. Song. Do you know they are still touring? They just played here like a month ago.
That's crazy. There was a big venue. Like, are people coming? What's the
Yeah, like sold out.
What?
Well, it's like I tell people, like people are like freaking out, but there's like this like resurgence of like nostalgic bands that were out like during like the mid 90s to 2000s, because you got like bands like Orgy and Edema and all these bands that are like all of a sudden just re-emerging, and they're like selling out huge venues, and it's the whole like nostalgia thing that just kicks it off.
Right.
Yeah.
So
Limp Bizkit.
Oh my God, Limp Bizkit is great. You ever see that?
It's still huge. They never even went away.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're so.
I never was a fan until I actually listen to them. I was like, holy shit, this shit is awesome.
Oh my God, look at Fred.
Well, see, I remember seeing them back in the day before they were ever really like known, because I'm originally from Jacksonville. So seeing them in Jacksonville, and that's a hometown band. And then they just like came out and fucking exploded and became the biggest thing ever for many, many years. And they're still doing good music. They just did an album, I think like a year or two ago, and it's actually pretty good. It's pretty good.
He's touring, like doing a good job with that, selling shit out. And I haven't heard the new music, but the old stuff is definitely like, it's still, I mean, it's good stuff.
I think back in the day, I would have seen Limp Bizkit not on purpose, also like that comment. But when you it's.
I would just listen to it on the radio. For me, it was on the radio. I never bought Limp Bizkit.
Do yourself a favor. They're one of their new songs that I actually got really into it, and it goes back to like the OG Limp Bizkit days. Listen to a song called "Dad Vibes." Not kidding. Okay. Literally, Dad Vibes, and the video's hilarious, and the music, the song is fantastic.
So speaking of Florida, did you see Manson when he was just starting out? Wasn't he from Florida? Like, wasn't he playing out of Florida?
No, he was. So he was. I'm a huge Manson fan. Huge Manson fan. I actually have tattoos of Manson. And he was originally from Ohio, but moved down there and was in I believe the Miami area. And he was, and so he grew up there. Of course, he was found by Trent Reznor and got signed on. But I've seen Manson 15 times.
Wow.
Which I'll be seeing him again here soon, because I'm actually going to one of his shows in a couple of months.
We were listening to the album. It's really good.
We're fans of the new stuff.
One. It's really good.
I just downloaded it, but I have not gotten the chance to sit down and actually listen to it in its entirety. But the singles that I've heard have been phenomenal. So I'm looking forward to actually sitting down and listen to the whole thing.
Yeah, it's really good. He did a good job. He did a good comeback.
So y'all want to roll, or do you want to pick?
Let's do a roll again.
Okay.
Roll again. 56. Oh, all right. What is your favorite band t-shirt
that you own currently?
My favorite is probably the Dead Can Dance t-shirt. I mean, I've worn that for years, like over and over. And I love that shirt. It's soft and like amazing.
I mean, if you ever look up pictures of me online, I'm mostly in a Venom black metal shirt. And I have to say, I've had the same Venom black metal shirt since high school. That one I can't wear because it's in pieces, but then I've bought that shirt again like 10 times. So
I know I have a shirt that I do the same thing, because like my first metal band I ever got into that got me into metal was Motorhead. I was a huge Motorhead fan, and
one of my first albums I ever bought was No Sleep Till Hammersmith.
Yeah, so like Lemmy was God to me, which is the whole reason I decided that I wanted to be a bass player was because of Lemmy. And I always have to, like, after every couple of years, I have to rebuy that standard Motorhead t-shirt with the regular logo. Oh my God, that is amazing.
Speaking of Lemmy.
Right?
Stopped in your tracks.
Yes. That's literally, as a bass player, that's one of my dream basses, and I've never been able to get one. And I'm just like, oh my God.
Our old bassist came over the other day, and he's like, we were, I don't know, something happened, and Dave just whipped out. He's like,
you got to put it in his hand.
He's like, can I take a picture? All of a sudden, he was like, and we talked chatty, and all of a sudden, like nothing. And we were like, oh my God, stop, Danny. It was hilarious.
Yeah, I was just like, oh shit.
There's a power to it.
It's a great bass. It feels amazing.
There is an energy. The minute, like the first time he got it, we opened the case, and it was like, oh my God, it was just speaking. It wants to be played. It's like, it was awesome. Yeah. And it still has that energy. It's really, really cool.
that bass has always been like my dream bass. And then my second back, I've always wanted a Thunderbird. I've always wanted a Thunderbird because I was a big fan of Marilyn Manson, and one of Twiggy's main basses that he played was that Thunderbird. So
I used to have the Thunderbird, and I know what you mean. It's a great bass. The only thing that I didn't like about it is it was neck heavy, so it neck dived. So I couldn't really. I loved it, but I sold it because I couldn't really play it. To
me, there's nothing more neck heavy than a fucking BC Rich. Them things were like playing on concrete fucking cinder blocks.
Yeah.
Because there for a while, I played BC Rich for a while, and I had a BC Rich Beast. And that thing was so entirely fucking heavy. And I'm like, it literally felt like after like 2 songs, it felt like literally a cinder block was tied to my neck. I'm like, this sucks. It looks cool, but this sucks.
Yeah. I mean, the Rick is really, really heavy, but it balances. So the neck doesn't dive, and it actually sits where you want it, and it won't move. So that's what's great about it.
Okay.
If you could ever, if you have a chance to even play one, they're just amazing.
All right, good. So another bonus question before we get back into rolling or picking for each one of you. What was that one pivotal moment that you decided you want to be a musician? Was it a band, a music video? What was that one situation that you were like, holy shit, this is what I want to fucking do?
I mean, I was really young. I started dancing when I was 3. So I can't tell you exactly what was running through my head. I just remember I wanted to play music. I wanted to play in the band. So I started playing. I really wanted to play flute. I have no idea why. And I couldn't. They wouldn't allow me to play flute because you have to start with violin first. So I was 6 and I started with the violin. And then I went into flute at 8 when I was allowed to go into flute. And I loved it. And I remember opening the case and staring at it the first time and not knowing what the hell to do. And I figured out how to assemble it kind of. And I was like, no sounds coming out. So, I mean, I had no idea. But I really loved singing is what I also wanted to do. So, I was a big Madonna fan, Michael Jackson and Prince I was into the pop stuff. So when I was really young, I wanted to do that. And since I already was dancing and I could read music and play and all that stuff, I just, thought this is what it is for me. But my parents were very practical people, the children of immigrant family that is very, very much in tune with that sentiment where you should just be a lawyer or doctor, and when the art stuff is not going to really make sense because you're going to struggle. And my great grandfather was a clarinetist on Broadway when they had come over from Italy. So it was a very young age for me, but it was non-traditional. It wasn't metal or rock. It was just
right.
It was just music, it's just music.
For me, it would have been when on MTV we saw the early Rush, Tom Sawyer, and Limelight videos.
Oh shit! Yeah, okay.
We loved the songs as kids, and they're in a studio playing.
Oh yeah.
And I was like,
"What is that?
What is going on?"
Yeah.
They're actually and that's actually why I bought the Rick, because I'm a huge Geddy Lee fan.
Right.
But that was pivotal because I saw music I loved actually being played by these musicians who were to me heroes. And obviously when I was young I was into Kiss and all that, but because the makeup and all that, I didn't really know that Kiss were actually musicians until I actually started realizing what music was.
Were they?
Where
no,
you can it was superheroes. But yeah, the Rush, getting into Rush was what did it for me. I was young though. I was like 11 years old, something like that. So.
Right. Yeah, I do remember Rush. I'm old enough to remember Rush and watching them on MTV and but that one thing was just for some reason Motorhead and watching the video for Ace of Spades.
Yeah,
just
yeah,
like
yeah.
The minute I heard it and the minute I seen him, and I was just like, I want to do that. And I want to play the bass, and everybody made fun of me. They're like, "Really? You want to play the bass? You don't want to be a guitarist, a fucking drummer?" I'm like, "No, I want to be a bass player. Like that's all I fucking care about." And still to this day, I've picked up a few other instruments along the way, but I'm always like, I love my bass guitar. That's all I want to fucking do. I don't give a shit about anything else. You can make fun of me all you want to. I don't care. That's what I like.
Listen, if you see a band and the bass player sucks, then it really throws it. If the guitar player sucks, but the bass player is amazing, the band is good.
Yeah.
So and I'm a guitar player, and I love watching good bass players, and even a bass player just holding it down, like fucking AC/DC, solid bass playing just moves the song,
Right.
Yeah, I mean, I listen to rhythm more than I listen to guitar. I mean, first thing I listen to is rhythm when I hear a song. It's just drum and bass. That's what I hear. And if that's not strong, or if that's just like, I mean, Tool, what? Like it's and it goes.
Yeah.
And that driving thing, you could do anything over the top of it as long as you have that thing moving underneath.
By the way, if you're a bass player, I'm not to be self-promotional, but if you listen to one of our songs called The Apple, it's 8 minutes.
You should listen to
this. It's 8 minutes of freight train bass playing.
And
the guy that played it, when I was, I'm not the original bass player in this band. Actually, I play guitar, but I also played bass for a little while. I had to learn those parts, and it was an education in stamina. That song. So it's called The Apple. It's on the first album, Pleroma, and it's just freight train bass playing, and it's all fingers, no picks.
Yeah.
So
I'm actually, I can play fingers and I can slap. I can do both, but I primarily play pick because my band plays at a pretty quick pace, and there ain't no way in hell you're gonna do it with fucking fingers. I mean, unless you got lightning fast fingers, which I definitely do not. But I can do a little bit of both. But yeah, I'm definitely gonna fucking check that shit out.
Awesome.
Because I was big in the MTV days. Like, I loved Tool. Tool was one of my very first bands that I studied. Tool and Les Claypool from Primus was like also one of my other heroes. And I studied because the shit he did was just, I didn't even know how to describe it. I was just like, holy shit. And then it turned into Ryan from Mudvayne, and I got into him and studying his stuff. And that's what got me into playing like 6-string basses, and it just kind of progressed from there. And I wish the MTV days were still here. I miss it so fucking much.
They are still. We were just on one of our videos was on MTV Live.
MTV Live, Metal Thrashing
Madness on Saturday nights, 10 to 12.
Really?
Fuck yeah.
Sweet.
It's a new show. They're trying to bring it back. So
I'll be
check
there.
it out. Yeah, it was like what was it? Headbangers Ball. It's kind of like it was like a current Headbangers Ball. We were like, this is so awesome.
They're playing a lot of old stuff, but a lot of new stuff too. So they're doing a good mix.
Combining.
Nice little mix.
Okay. Cool. All right. So y'all want to roll or you want to pick?
I want to pick.
Okay. What you want to do?
66.
66 we go. All right. Make your horror character. If you can make any kind of horror character, what kind of horror character would it be?
You want to go first?
Oh boy, horror character. Oh God.
You're gonna be a werewolf, vampire now. What are we doing?
I mean, it's so living in New York City, everything is a horror character. I walk out of the house, there's 20 horror characters in front of me, and I try to be as more horrible than the next because so
True enough.
I don't know. maybe
So would you be a psychological one? Like, what is it? Hannibal Lecter?
maybe like that. I mean, I don't want to hurt anybody. I just, it'd be nice to just be a character where, like a bumper car, where people kind of can't get near me and bump away. Is that horror? I don't know.
Like Freddy Krueger.
Like maybe a Freddy Krueger.
No, come on. What's your own?
I don't know.
You want to come and approach people in their dreams?
I would do that. I would actually like to come into people's dreams and do something like, I don't know.
Like that. Yeah.
Something like that.
Alter reality.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Some sort of altered reality. Like that kind of, an altered states kind of thing.
See, when I hear about that, I think of the movie The Cell. If you've ever seen the movie The Cell.
I have to see that. I never saw that.
That's a insane movie. That's like watching a Tool video that's become a horror show.
Oh, we have to see that.
Yeah, we can watch it.
It's got Jennifer Lopez in it, and basically they find a way to like virtually go into the mind of this serial killer, and they're trying to. I can't remember I think they're trying to locate like where he's got like people captured or held or something like that. And they go into his mind, like virtual reality style, and they have to like deal with him in his reality of his mind. And it's like basically Hellraiser on fucking steroids, like virtual reality style.
That does sound cool.
That sounds really good.
It's an older movie, but it's good. Like it's psychological, like you wouldn't fucking believe.
I love psychological thrillers.
It makes it a little bit better if you smoke a little pot before you watch it.
We can do an edible.
Yeah, I prefer edibles. Now, this woman, she could outsmoke Snoop Dogg. I'm just telling you right now, it's just fucking ridiculous. I would put money on her, guaranteed. Me, no, not so much. I'm an edible guy, but she is a whole nother fucking Miss Cheech and Chong over there.
I just chill and hang out,
Mm-hmm. Yeah, okay. All right. Mm-hmm. All right, what about you? What would you do for a horror character?
Oh, God. All right, so what if I could pinpoint the weak time in a person's life and then transport them back in time, not to that moment, but to a time in history where they had to overcome that weakness. It'd be like a test where whatever that weakness was put back into a period of history where it had to be tested. And then they were stuck in the history until they could overcome it. And then they could only then could they go back into their real lives again.
God damn, you're like going into like some interdimensional Saw shit.
Listen, I just did that on the fly.
Like, damn, man, that's like interdimensional.
Groundhog
like damn Jigsaw, but like interdimensional.
Welcome to my mind now. Welcome to the crazy mind that operates here.
A fantastic answer, actually.
I like those kind of answers.
You know what? That was good.
I'm completely sober. I'm drinking wine we had with dinner, but like really, I'm sober. It gets crazier if I'm doing edibles. I'm telling you.
Yeah, it gets crazier when he does edibles too. It's pretty funny.
We're not going there. We're not going there.
You know, I don't read my journals back, but like it goes out there. But a lot of the song lyrics come from that space, actually.
Yeah. I mean, you could do it responsibly and have a good time and maybe get something positive out of it.
Absolutely.
I agree with it. Like, I don't know. I do pretty well writing if I've been drinking a little bit compared to like completely sober. Now, taking edibles, that's iffy. That's iffy. That's just pure night time. Like I'm out. You put pot in me and it's gonna be fucking bedtime. There ain't no riding. I'm gonna be fucking useless. I don't even think I can play. Do what?
Sativa? Even sativa?
I've never took sativa. I've done hybrids and I've done indica, but I've never had sativa.
Yes, you did.
Oh,
with the pen.
Oh, well, yeah, but I'm talking edibles. Edibles is completely different than smoking it.
Well, yeah.
Yeah, that's a whole different thing. Because, like, smoking it, I feel like that's like a head high, and then the edibles is like a body high. And they're, like, completely different.
Depends on what you're getting.
That's true, though. Try the sativa. You'll have a different experience.
I'll probably try that. I'll have to try that.
Yeah, because I can't do I'm like you. If I take just indica, I'm like,
you into couch?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. I'm in the shower, falling asleep in the bottom of a shower.
Yeah.
It's bad. It's really bad. Like I am fucking you. I'm a damn zombie. Like you put me on indica and it's like, if I don't get immediately in that bed, it's going to be all bad. It's just not good. And for some reason, it gives me like really bad room spins. And if I start spinning, my ass is puking.
Oh, no.
Which I don't understand because you can drink and don't do that.
No, because I don't know. Alcohol just doesn't do that to me. I have no idea why. It just doesn't. Yeah. Well, vodka. If I drink vodka, I'm fucked. I'm gonna get sick as a damn dog. But you give me whiskey or bourbon, I'm good. I could drink that shit all day. But if you give me fucking vodka or tequila, that's a no-go.
Tequila. What about red wine?
Actually, I like red wine. My mom is like a damn wine connoisseur. And she got me into liking wine and drinking wine. Now I'm good on wine, but wine, the bad thing about wine fucks me up super fast. I don't know why.
That's
like,
crazy.
Different
three glasses in, and I'm fucking tanked.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, that makes sense. It is strong.
It's
strong. It's strong.
Everybody's body's different. I've figured that out over age. Like, everybody reacts differently to different types of alcohol, and it's bizarre. Like it's the most bizarre shit I've ever seen, but it does.
It's true.
But I can write amazing. I do write better music if I've been drinking wine. I don't know why.
That is interesting. That's cool.
Yeah, I can write on wine, but anything else, no. But you get me drinking wine, and I'll write some fucking insane, crazy ass shit.
That's cool.
All right, so y'all want to roll or do you want to pick?
It's up to you.
Let's roll again. Let's roll.
Okay.
Right. I like the rolling.
35.
35.
Oh, an 8 number.
Space or deep water? Which one would you do?
What was the first thing? What did you say?
Space. So if you had a choice between going to space or in deep water, which one would you take?
I've been in some deep water because I used to dive. I think I'll take space. I loved being in the water. It was really cool. Diving was really awesome. But I have to, trying space would be fucking crazy awesome. Like, wow.
I mean, it's got to be another horror question because I don't like either of them. I know.
He does hate the water.
I can't take it. And space, forget it. I'm afraid of heights. That shit is high up.
Exactly. Right? Exactly. See, I always say if I had to choose, I would take deep water because I live on an island and I'm surrounded by fucking water. So like I'm always on the water. So water doesn't scare me as much as space does. Space absolutely terrifies me.
Yeah.
Can I choose neither? Because I don't want either of them. I'll look at the sky and be like, what the fuck is that? And then I'll look at the ocean, and we'll go down to Wilmington, and I'll look at the ocean where there's just nothing except ocean, and it's like the end of the earth. It's the end of the world because there's nothing.
It's living and breathing. It's like
and
it's an organism.
You're on the edge of this nothingness, and there's a whole opposite like world under the ocean that can't live up here, and we can't live down there. It's like an opposite world. I'm fascinated, especially after a brownie. It's like you look at this ocean and you're like, wait a minute, everything down there not only can't live up here, but it will eat us, and we will eat everything down there.
Yeah,
so it's crazy. It's insanity. Like the whole thing is just it's like humans are a mistake on the earth.
It's a possibility. It's very much a possibility. I agree with you. I'd rather be just on like flat land, and I like being on an island, and I'm good with that. Like I would rather not, because like I've seen Alien and Predator. No, I'm good. I don't want to know what the fuck is up there, and I sure as hell don't want to encounter it.
I agree.
It's going to be the same thing that's down there, just in one's in water and the other one's in the air.
Maybe it's already here. Maybe it's already here. You just can't perceive it yet.
Well, something did happen 12,500 years ago.
Terence McKenna would have said that that mushrooms, shrooms, or fungi are actually alien species.
Oh well, for all we know.
Yeah.
I mean, I particularly like shrooms, so I understand that.
We were walking on the street last night, and we made like shiitakes for dinner last night, and I was like, we were talking about what we're gonna make, and I was like, well, I've got some shrooms, and we passed by this guy, and he's like, shrooms, and we just started laughing. We're like, what?
It's for dinner.
The guy like shrooms, and it's like, all right, dude, come on.
That's a New York City moment.
New York City moment, you know,
right?
like, all right.
Like, what you got? You my best friend now.
Yeah, exactly. We're like, no, shiitakes. We're just talking shiitake.
Going in salad.
Yeah. But you were saying something. You were saying back, what, 10,000 Graham Hancock?
Graham Hancock. There's something that did happen about 12,500 years ago, and it could be
earlier than that, he said. But the younger dryads. Do you know about Graham Hancock? So he's got this new series on Netflix that we're glued to, and he, claims it's amazing. It's really awesome, and he's just talks about the ancients and talks about the younger dryads, which happened maybe 10,000 BC, and basically like wiped a whole civilization, like bunches of civilizations away, and he's asking, but what was before?
Right.
And that, like, what was the earlier civilization that got wiped out? And
because there's remnants of it, the bricks that you see, in South America, that nobody knows how they made them. It definitely was not
perfect lines. Things kind of fit in together. That like
and they're huge,
tons on top of each other. It is really kind of, it's definitely miraculous stuff. I don't know, it's hard to comprehend how it could have been done.
They said that they're saying that we don't have the technology to do that now. How did they do it
back then?
15,000 years ago,
Well, there's always a time before, just like there's always a time ahead.
That's true.
We just chilling. That's why I like to just chill. Makes life easier.
Yeah.
All right. So, bonus question.
Okay.
If y'all could tour with any three bands within your genre, dead or alive, who would you tour with?
Tool, The Doors. I don't know. I mean, Led Zeppelin just came to me, but maybe Black Sabbath. I don't know. Who's the third?
I'll be honest with you. I'd love to tour with Marilyn Manson.
Yeah. Amazing.
I would love it. I'm still a huge fan.
That would be amazing. Who else?
typo negative, but that's
Yeah.
not going to happen.
No,
Right.
Dead or alive.
Oh, it could be dead or alive.
Yeah.
You bring
And I think the
Yeah.
let me think a minute.
I went 70s for some reason.
You went
I don't know
70s. Yeah.
why.
The Doors would be great.
Oh, it'd be
Yeah.
amazing. Right?
Yeah, I love that music of that time. Man.
Oh my God.
You can just sit there for hours just thinking about everything and anything, just throwing in the Doors, Led Zeppelin, any of those.
Yeah.
A third.
I don't know.
I mean, Ravi Shankar for me would be pretty amazing. That would be sick. He's not necessarily in the genre, although he danced around the rock genre, right? Because in top like the Beatles and all those guys. So, I mean, that could be pretty fantastic to watch him. He's such a master on sitar. So, those I guess are my 4.
Fair enough.
So I could favorites are hard for me. 3 is a good number, but still difficult.
Yeah. I mean, I the original lineup of Venom, I would love to tour with. Those shows. I lucky enough to see that here in New York, and it was a spectacle, a satanic onslaught of of the dregs of fucking New York City coming out, all hanging out watching Venom. So back in those days. So.
I think the only like outwardly satanic band I've ever seen is Ghost. And I actually fell in love with them because I didn't know who they were. I was at a festival and I was covering the festival, and we could kind of pick and choose who we photographed and who we interviewed and stuff like that. And I'm looking down the list and I'll never forget it. They had Lacey Sturm up on stage, which obviously is Christian. So they had all these Christian groups.
She's Christian?
Yes, she's Christian. Yes. She's a Flyleaf was a Christian metal band.
I didn't know.
And no idea.
Skillet was playing also. So all these Christian bands came to see Lacey Sturm and Skillet. Well, I'm telling you, they did this shit on purpose. Because they had Lacey Sturm, and then right after Lacey Sturm was fucking Ghost. And so I'm looking, and I look at the lineup, and I'm looking at all the other bands on the stage. I'm like, well, I've seen all these bands, and I've interviewed some of them, but I've never seen this band Ghost. So I'm just going to stay here and stay put and watch this band Ghost. Never heard of them. So I'm sitting there waiting. I've camera, everything ready. Next thing I know, they drop their backdrops. I see stained glass that looks like Baphomet, and I'm like, oh shit. And I turn and look at these groups of Christian kids out there, and their eyes are just getting like the size of like $50 coins. And then they kick in with the intro to Year Zero, and they start repeating it with that chant over and over and over. And it does that like Hell, Satan, and Lucifer and all that shit. And they're like freaking out. There's people crying. And I'm like, oh shit, this is great. Amazing. I'm just taking pictures, and here they come on stage, and their stage presence and everything they did just blew me the fuck away. And I've been a fan ever since. I've probably seen them 20 times at this point.
Wow,
that's awesome. That's awesome.
And
I forgot to mention one of my favorite bands ever in the world, and still one of my favorites, was the original. And I guess I'd have to say the first couple of albums, that lineup of Merciful Fate.
Okay.
I still listen to Don't Break the Oath and the Melissa album
that is
with reverence, playing guitar to that stuff. It's very proggy guitar. It's not really heavy metal. I mean, it is metal, but it's prog, and it's again, one of my earliest influences was that. So
I got you. So now that we're
satanic shit.
Well, speaking of the satanic shit, I mean, there have been a couple of tours that we went out where I was actually attacked on stage. She thought I was. Oh, so we used to start. And then I was called Satan and was almost like attacked when we were just
twice on
hanging
one
out.
tour. You were attacked.
I don't know what
by crazy ladies,
crazy women. So like I was on. We were in Vegas. We were playing.
It was a beauty bar.
The beauty bars, an outdoor venue. Like a week after the shootings.
Okay.
So the energy in Vegas was a little somber.
It was tense.
It was weird.
Yeah.
It was definitely weird. And I greeted the four. It's an outdoor venue, so I greeted the four directions, and I was just like, okay, all this shit just went down. Let's like ground our energy and like commune. Like let's really just put forth our stuff. Like try to put forth our stuff in this sea that's happening right now. And at that time we were starting the tour with the shows with this version of Lucifer Rising from Led Zeppelin.
Mm-hmm.
Jimmy Page.
Actually, it's not Led Zeppelin, it's Jimmy Page. You said that he wrote at Boleskine Manor, and I was playing the flute. I started off with the flute, and then I start chanting. And this woman is kind of swaying. And all of a sudden, she starts coming up on stage while we're doing this. And I'm thinking, who the fuck is on my stage right now, coming on my stage? So I was like, all right, maybe in my head, you're aware, you're performing, but you're still aware. And I'm like, maybe she's somebody with the band that's like helping out with something. Maybe somebody left their wallet on the stage. Maybe somebody's like, nah, I'm not seeing her. None of that's happening. She's kind of starts dancing on the stage, and I'm like, okay, maybe she's a fan. Then she comes over to Danny, I think it was first,
bass player,
and then she kind of makes her way over to me, and she's kind of dancing, and she comes over and she puts one hand on my throat, and I was like, okay, let's see what happens here. As I'm singing, and all of a sudden she goes to put a second hand over my throat, and I was like, that's not happening. So I basically just stuck my butt out to kind of get her away, and all of a sudden 5 massive security dudes run up onto the stage, grab her, yank her off, and then
the show continues.
All the while I kept singing, by the way.
And it's on video. A friend of mine was filming it with it, so we're gonna release that at some point.
We have it. We released it.
I think we have it on Facebook. Yeah.
So our friend who was shooting said she had said something when she was in the audience, like I was the devil or something. I was the devil, some kind of Satan reference. So I was the devil to her. She felt she had to come over and kill the devil.
Yeah.
So that was one thing, and then
later on, not to cut you off, but the reason the bouncers was so on point because of the shooting, I would imagine.
Yeah.
Because
probably.
I knew I was playing the guitar, and for a second I was gonna try to help her, but then I see these guys rushing up the side, the ramp, and I'm like, I think they got it, and she got arrested.
If she had a weapon, I would have been.
Yeah,
I would have been dead. That was kind of scary to think.
Yeah,
that
she got taken away.
But she got taken away, and then we were at a different venue. It was after the show, we were going to eat something, and this woman.
It was Ohio.
It was in Ohio.
Of course.
Of course, we said that at the same time.
I hate Ohio. I hate fucking Ohio. Hate it.
She was just glaring at me,
She was mad at you already.
Yeah, just glaring. And I'm like, what the fuck is going on with that chick over there? And Dave's like, I don't know, and I'm like, just watch her. And all of a sudden she's saying something, and the boyfriend was embarrassed. She's with a group of people. Right. And the boyfriend's like, shh, whatever it was. And then she said, that devil woman over there, that devil woman, Strega. And I just started laughing, which made it worse.
We're from New York. Bother us,
I was like, oh, me, you know. And she didn't attack.
I'm like, that's right. That's right.
That she didn't attack. I don't remember how she started. It must have gone or something.
Like
pointing and saying things and whatever it was. I just started laughing.
It could have. This is the same tour as the Vegas thing, so we were ready now. We're like, all right, is it happening again?
I think maybe it was the Lucifer Rising thing that we started it off with. Yeah. I mean, I don't really. Evil. I mean, it's definitely like a conjuring that we were starting the show.
We had what is that?
Tempura.
The tempura playing, with her playing flute with really mellow delayed guitar, and her, chanting. And it's pretty freaking evil. It's not metal. You're at a metal show and this is going on for the first 3 minutes. It's fucking crazy.
Maybe we'll bring that back.
I think we should bring it back.
I think you should. You play anywhere near me, I'm coming, because I want to see this shit for myself.
Yeah,
we still haven't made it down to Florida, and so South Carolina would be on the way. We were North Carolina once, I think, but way back. We still have to do that run, and we were meaning to do that run, but right now our drummer's pregnant.
Oh,
did I just say that?
Yeah. That'll
so we're holding off. But be prepared for releases, because we are hammering that out right now. So we can't be on the road right at this minute. We're releasing, so we're coming up with a plan for the next year, basically.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. So on that, we're pretty much near the end. So what platforms do you guys like to talk to your fans the most? Where can they get your music? And most importantly, if you have merch, where can they get that?
So everything is on our website, vajraofficial.com. So VAJRA official.com. All the links are there. The merch, the shop is there. I make potions. So if you'd like an organic essential oil potion, you can wear as perfume or use as an air freshener. They're there. Incense, candles, all kinds of stuff. And of course, t-shirts, albums, and all of that. Those items, and we really try to talk to everybody on every platform.
Wherever they say something, we'll talk.
We really sometimes I slack off because it's not always good for your mental health, so I have to pull back. Yeah. But I try to then catch up and get everything at some point. So really, it's all of the platforms we're really releasing at, and we're trying to get better at the TikTok thing. So.
Me too.
Yeah.
I agree. I'm the same way. All right. On that, for all y'all that are watching, which there's quite a few in here watching, we're going to play a video from Vajra right now, which is Truth Has Many Lies. After that, we are out of here. We love you guys. You know what to do. You know what we always say. Wrap your tool. Don't drink and drive. Don't make stupid decisions. And most importantly, love each other regardless.
Don't get caught.
Thank you.
And don't with that fucking shit again.
He tries to get me out every time on that.
Before Mojo gets y'all in fucking trouble. All right, here's a video.
Thank you for having us. Thank you.
Thank you, guys.